Beneil, congratulations on the victory. I'm sure, you know, finishes are always better than decisions, but, you know, you won every round. So give us your thoughts. I mean, how did you feel about the performance overall?
How did he not tap to that heel hook? Like, his knee popped, and it popped loud. I saw his face change for a second, and then he went back to normal, and then he started kicking me in the body. And then, you know, that up kick he hit me with, that was pretty good. I'll give him that. That's my thought on the fight so far.
Fair enough. Did you go in intending to grapple as much as you did? I mean, obviously he's pretty dangerous there. Did you want it to be such a grappling heavy contest?
At first, you know, I had prepared for the stand-up. It was gonna be, I was just gonna, you know, show the world that, like, doesn't matter who it is in terms of stand-up, but I also told you, you know, I want to be a champion. And to be a champion, you got to be able to stick to the game plan. It's not always being a bonus fighter. And, you know, I mentioned that before, and I really felt like I had such a big advantage in the grappling. And then after the first round, like, I mean, at the end of the first round, I felt his arms tired. And I just said, why am I going to strike with this guy if I have such an advantage here?
Obviously, the crowd tonight was very much in favor of Tony. I mean, you could tell that from the beginning. But then, you know, you got pretty thoroughly booed afterwards. I mean, what were your thoughts on that? Was that, I mean, did you just have to understand because it's Tony Ferguson, or did you take that a little personal?
Nah, it's not personal. But I will say this. They better not be fickle. The same fans that just cheer Tony on like that, they better cheer for him every single fight. I better not see those stupid comments about Tony, he's done, he's this, he's that. You know, you're going to support him throughout his whole career. Don't support him just for the day, and now that he's not doing well, like, forget about him. So that's the only thing, man. If you're going to be a Tony fan, be a Tony fan for life. I don't want to see that crap about him, this and that. I see so many negative comments online, man. It just makes you want to stay away from it.
That's awesome, man. Did you get a chance to take in the title fight at all? Obviously, the lightweight belt was on the line. Did you get to watch any of it?
I didn't, actually. I only saw the finish, and only for a bit. I didn't see what happened. I didn't see the takedown either in the first round. So I'm gonna definitely watch it, obviously.
Nice. Last thing for me, I know you're taking some time off. You know, you got the baby coming soon. I guess because you know you need a few months off. I mean, are there names that make sense to your fights, or do you have to wait and see how things play out while you're off? Because, you know, you're not normally calling out type, but it worked last time for you. We
got to see how the landscape changes in the next couple of months. You know, there's Dustin is fighting Connor, big fight, obviously, possible #1 contender. Justin, the scary man, Gagey, is he's on deck, and he wants blood, so he's out there. I'm trying to think who else is there. Islam is fighting Thiago Moises. I don't get that fight, but I guess he couldn't find anybody. I think Islam is up there. He's a contender, so we just got to pay attention to who's going to be there available for me. And I'm thinking, like, either December or next year.
You know, we didn't get a chance to speak to Tony tonight, but you said you heard his knee pop. If you had to guess, what sort of damage is he carrying right now?
Ah, man, I don't even want to guess, man. I hope nothing happened to his knee. Because, like, that's where your, like, ACL goes. When you go for a heel hook and it pops like that, your ACL could be gone. And I know he's a superhuman, and we've heard it over and over again, but I don't want that on anybody. I don't want that recovery for him. I hope he's fine.
When he didn't tap, but he did grimace in pain, I don't know if he yelled, but he certainly showed the pain in his face. What's going through your mind when he's not tapping to that?
Okay. Shock is the first thing, but I'm like, I saw him grimace, and then I went for the same thing, and he just, like, zombie mode and started kicking me. I was like, fine, I'll come on top, you jerk. That's how I was thinking. Like, man, let's just end this. But nah, he's like, no, I'm good. Let's just continue this crap. I was like, all right.
Do you think there's anyone else in the UFC who doesn't tap in that situation?
I don't know. It popped pretty bad. I mean, more power to you. I hope I could do that if it's necessary.
Obviously, at the press conference, he kind of came at you a little bit. He came at everyone, really. But you guys sort of had a moment in the cage together after the fight. Was there any hard feelings? You guys get to clear the air at all in there, or what was said?
No, man. I get it. Tony's fought for everything he's ever gotten. Like he's had to dig deep, and he's had such a crazy career. He had the best streak in the lightweight division, and then he never even got the title. You know, I get the bitterness. I get why he's bitter, but like, why I can't hold anything against him. I got a little upset because he said something about Justin. And, you know, you guys don't understand how kind Justin has been to me. He thinks I went out to Justin first. Justin, like, before he was in the UFC, he was WSOF, right? That's how you say it. World Series of Fighting champion. And he ran errands for my wife and I, and he bought us groceries. And then when I was on my slump, when I was, like, struggling, I was going to fight Thiago Moises, and I hadn't won in 2 years. He obviously lets us into his gym to train, and I was like, man, this is great. Onyx, beautiful gym. I was like, awesome. And then he's like, oh yeah, what are you doing for training? I was like, oh, we're gonna do some MMA grappling today. He's like, oh, cool, I'll jump in. And at first I was like, man, I'm like 10 days out, a little bit stressed out about it. He jumps in, he just lets me beat him up. He literally just let me beat him up for the whole, I think I did 2 rounds with him for the whole 10 minutes. Like, he didn't need to do that. I know he's better than that. I know he could have, you know, he could have put it on me too, but just to help me build my confidence, he did that for me. So that's one of the reasons why, like, I got a little upset at the press conference. But and obviously Ali, I love Ali. Ali's been so good to me. He's taken care of me, all, you know, my whole career. So those are the things. But you know, you look at it afterwards, and you're like, I'm just being a baby. Just get over it. Understand where he's coming from. Get over it.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Back here, Beneil. Give us some insight to your mindset. You went from the guy that's, hey, I'm just here just to fight, to putting on a pretty nice performance, getting the biggest win in your career, to talking to us. How did you keep steady with basically being in hostile territory, even though he's not from here?
It wasn't, I don't know how to explain it. You know, you know, people know the story of David and Goliath, right? But people don't know this. Before David fought Goliath, all of the Goliath people, the Philistines, they were screaming for him. They were just like, Goliath, Goliath. They were just chanting his name. So I just thought to myself, it's just another day for me, man. Like, the victory is the Lord's. Let's see what happens. Let's go.
And your music choice to come in, I'm from Texas. I'm from Dallas. This is the Bible Belt, as everybody knows. Texas and Louisiana. Why'd you pick the Lauren Daigle? Because you know she's from Louisiana.
So, I mean, I love that song, and when I hear that song, I break down a little bit. Like like, you can be the toughest guy in the world, but when you understand grace, it breaks you down, and that song does it for me. So I don't need to be the toughest person in the world, you know. I don't need to be a savage. I need to be a servant. I need to be a servant in all the things I do. But for those 15 minutes in that octagon, I get to be a selfish savage. And the Lord uses even that. But before I go out for that, I need to be reminded that this is my 15 minutes of selfishness. In reality, I'm a servant now.
How much did you being a southpaw give Tony problems? Because it seemed like he never figured it out, and you were tagging him all night.
I think after the first takedown, he just, you know, I know he's the cardio king, and he has great cardio, but like the lactic acid was going hard. He just didn't have the same speed after the first round.
And final question for me, I know we have no control of the rankings. I don't even know who these people are, but do you walk around now when you have your kid, congratulations on that, as a top, do you feel like, hey, I'm a top 5 fighter, I'm in that crew now, I'm one of those guys?
Nah, man, I don't care. I just, in reality, in terms of fighting, I'll be honest with you. The only thing I want to do is I want to fight, and I want to fight the best people in the world. You know, like those 15 or 25 minutes inside that octagon, I don't care about broken bones. I don't care about blood. I don't care about like anything. I get to just disappear. And I can't believe the Lord will even use that. Like the most selfish part of me, the worst part of me, the Lord will use that, and he'll even be glorified in that. So I'm just grateful for that I can have those 15 minutes, I can have those 25 minutes. It's just my joy.
Beneil, Congratulations on the victory.
Hey,
Gotta ask you, post-fight victory speech, of all the people to call out, you call out Elon Musk. What's the backstory behind this?
December, I ordered my car. Bro, I ordered the safest car, they told me. It's the best car for you know, my pregnant wife. And I'm still waiting. Elon, bro, what's the deal, man? You told me March. We're coming up in June. I want my car. Come on, bud. I know, big fan, but this is disrespect.
Was part of the strategies going for the takedown? Were you surprised how easy it was for you to get what you wanted?
Yes and no. I like after the first takedown, I was like, oh man, surprised. I was a little bit surprised, but then I just remembered I wrestle so much. I didn't wrestle in college and in high school. I had like a month of wrestling, but I wrestle so much. I love wrestling. Like I like to watch. I think. Was it, yeah, Friday night? Well, it's Sunday now, I guess. But Friday night, I was watching Yazdani and David Taylor like go at it, and Yazdani has such a good underhook, and he was able to start scoring points. But then I saw Taylor just keep that same pace, takedown, and then he broke him, and I was like, Yazdani's no joke. He's a cardio machine, but like constant takedowns break people, and that's something that just kind of stuck with me. So Friday night watching Taylor actually really inspired me.
First time fighting in over a year with having fans here. Tony had the loudest chairs in the building. How did you stay so even keel and not let that get to you?
Man, the noise just disappears. When I see the man in front of me that I want to fight, the noise just disappears, man. It just goes mute. I could hear my coach, I could hear his coaches, and that's it. It all disappears. I just want to, at that point, I just want to break somebody in front of me.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Hey, Beneil, down here to your right. What's up, man?
Hey, brother. How are you?
Are you aware that Elon Musk is kind of one of your bosses now?
Excuse me? Whoa.
He's he's a new member of the board of Endeavor now that they went public.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Elon, but I'm not sorry. I'm sticking with what I said. Mr. Musk, no more Elon.
That's all I got for you.
It's all good then.
A little over a year ago, after your knockout victory over Drakkar, you announced plans to start building the orphanage in Haiti.
Correct.
How's that project been going amid the pandemic, and is there any updates on that?
It's amazing. It's built. We have a beautiful house in Cap Haitian. We have a little over 20 kids, and I'm hoping to go visit them. This is the tricky part. I'm scared my wife's going to be early, so I got a men's conference next week, and then right away I got to go there for a couple of days, see all my kids, and then come back. I've already gone there twice since, so it's going great. We're raising these boys and girls to be just devout, solid Christians who are going to change the culture in that country. Thanks, guys.